Hi, everybody. Welcome to Straight Talk Keto with Anita. And I thought I would stop in and see if we could talk about a couple of trending topics right now. I wrote them down. It seems to be going around on social media and the support groups and pages. But first I wanted to say, welcome to the journey of my last 30 pounds, that is. I had my measurements done this past Sunday, and I got to tell you, if you're not seeing the number moving on the scale, which, you're not going to see all the time, every week or every day, the number going down. It's just, our bodies are not meant to do that. So if you're not seeing the numbers going down on the scale, I would say definitely get out the measurement tape and have your measurements taken. I lost 3 inches in my waist. Totally shocked. I'm trying to build muscle. Got some guns going on. And so I've got the gains is what they call it. So I don't know all the logo. But anyhow, that's my number one takeaway is take your measurements. It is so important. And take photos. Really, seriously. If you're going to take them nude, don't post them. Please, don't want to get in trouble. But take some, before and during pictures. Definitely. Try to do it in the same type of clothing. So if you are one to take gym selfies and you've got yoga pants on and a t-shirt, try to take pictures in that type of clothing. They say in that Diet Bet website to take photos in your TSA comfortable clothes. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but if you're wearing different kind of clothes when you go through the TSA, basically, I don't know. But anyhow, that's my number one tip. So try to wear the same outfit, the same type of clothing. If there are some people out there that love to do it in their underwear, hey, if you're brave, you got to go for it. So that's my number one thing. So let's talk about what's going on social media. I'm going to jump right to what I wrote down number two. I wrote down 3 things. And this is in the middle. It's a hot topic right now. And okay, women and men, you've heard it too. And it's the KC word, the keto crotch. You know what? And this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this first, because it leads into the other thing. It's a myth. It's not true. Think about it. When is the absence of sugar and carbs cause that type of a problem? If you listen to any medical professional or listen to any documentary on the reason what causes that, it's your sugar and it's your starches and it's your carbs, your refined carbs. That is a perfect breeding ground, or should I say antidote for the breeding ground. So never heard of it before until now. Never experienced it. Not saying in my lifetime. I have not experienced since doing keto since August 1st, 2017. So what does that tell you? So that leads me into the next thing. Who is causing all this stir? Who's talking about it? It's the people who are anti-keto. Who is the anti-keto? It is your big supporters who have something that technically have something to lose, and it's not weight, it's money. And when people lose money, they're not happy about it. And to me, it's your big companies. It was put a bug in my ear when I heard another blogger, more professional person on keto talking about it, saying that it's funny how you see articles on this topic and an ad is followed by a major weight loss company. Aha, there you go. And I've been hearing on other videos that, and I've always heard this since my whole journey, that pharmaceutical companies stand to lose a lot of money. That's why there's not a lot of doctors who are on board about keto. So that leads into my first thing on my list is these companies. I call it big food. everybody's trying to make money off of keto, whether they do it negatively or whether they do it positive. So let's talk about the positive. They're making keto products, or they're making products and they're slapping the word keto on it. Swerve for number one. Let's put it that way. We buy their sugar, their replacement sugars. But now they have cake mixes and muffin mixes and this and that and the other mixes. And Slim Fast, same thing. Protein shakes. We buy the protein shakes and they slap the word keto on it. And in my opinion, is that stuff keto? Absolutely, positively not. I know that we are all about convenience, and it's good to have convenient things. I mean, because let's face it, who really wants to come home and cook? Not a lot of people do. And so it's more convenient to pop open that jar of protein mix and chug it down. Is it doing good for you? In my opinion, no. It's still processed. There's stuff in there that we just don't know about it. First of all, it's got to sit on the shelf for at least 2 months, or once it's produced, it's got to sit wherever it's sitting for at least 2 months before we even get it or buy it. That's just my opinion. I mean, that's with anything. I have become a huge label reader in the store. And when I thought I ate clean, I still didn't buy the packaged foods, the packaged cereals and stuff. And it's hard not to. It really is. And I'm not saying just because you're keto, you shouldn't either. But if you really, 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 really want to be on a healthy journey, do some label readings. Really read the ingredients on what is on that product, keto or not. I mean, whether you're giving it to your kids or your family or yourself, read it. See what it is. Can you pronounce half those words? Do you know what half those words are? What are those words? Why? So that's a number one thing. So in my eyes, or in my opinion, that stuff is not keto. So let's talk about especially to new people, what is keto and how do you do keto? Well, it is a low carb way of eating. It's I know a lot of people think, you're sitting there chugging down the butter. No, you're not. You are basically eliminating the cookies, the pasta, the whole grains, the muffins, the cakes, the crackers, you're eliminating all grains, all processed foods. You're eliminating sugar. Sugar is in everything. So that's what you're eliminating there too. The idea of a ketogenic state is to get your body. Keto is not a diet. It's a ketogenic is a state, and what you're trying to get your body is in a nutritional ketogenic state. It's ketosis. And your body produces the ketones when it's, done burning all the carbs and sugar. And I've always said this from day one. I am not going to get into the science of it because there are other videos for it. But that is what I've learned. And that is what's out there. And that's basically what it is. So keto is not a diet. A ketogenic is a state of what your body is in, nutritional, when you are done burning the sugar and the carbs in your body. You're burning ketones. Okay, so with that said, how do you do it? Well, they've stated that you need to keep your carbs under 20 grams and less. I know a lot of people will count net, which is fine. Usually I know for me, what works for me is when I am 20 and under, my net grams are low. If I was to be at 25 grams and my net or if my net grams were 20, then my total carb grams might be about 25, 28. And that's just a little too high. And I'm tested before and I'm not in ketosis when that happens. But anyhow, and I don't lose weight. But that's just me. You could be totally different. And that's another thing. We're all different. Some people can handle certain things. Some people can not handle certain things. So you have to find what works for you. I know a lot of people were saying, well, this is what you got to eat and that's what you don't eat. Well, yeah, you don't eat the carbs and stuff, but you don't need all the fancy foods like grass-fed. I've said this before. I mean, if your budget does not allow you to eat grass-fed beef, then by all means, you don't need to buy it. It's not going to make or break. It's not going to, in my opinion, it's not going to make or break. So anyhow, you got to do what's right for you on that. And then leading into my third thing, but a support system. I think that's the number one thing about keto in these past 2-3 years. There's more of a support system which is going on. And I'm not saying there's not a support system in other diets. Let's talk about some major diet companies that are out there, like Jenny Craig. I don't know if they have a Facebook pages. I think they do. Absolutely. I think they do. Weight Watchers #1. Spark is the hugest. I belong to Spark. And they're not a diet. They are a diet support system with some really great articles out there and some really great people too. So I want to say find a group that works for you, that you can relate to. And there's it's so funny. There's a comedian out there, George Carlin, that had a skit that he said, he was talking about something about TV, and he was making jokes about TV, and he says, the TV has 2 knobs, on and off. If you don't like what you're hearing, get up and turn it off. So I always say, if you're not liking what you're reading, scroll. Just keep scrolling. Not everything that's out there that you read is set in stone, is perfect. It's what it is. It's gospel. But I will say that a support system does work. The Facebook groups that are out there. Excuse me, I'm taking a sip of my sparkling water. No ketos in it, though. Or Tito's in it. That's what's gotten me, as far as I've gotten, is the support system. I don't care what diet you're following. Paleo, Whole30, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, you name it. I really think it's the support system. And there seems to be coming up, there's a lot of it out there. There's a lot of groups on Facebook. And there's even, I'm so lucky to have one local in my area, which is growing leaps and bounds. And I'm so glad to be a part of it. And I guess what I want to say is, if there's not one in your area, start one. Why not? Get one going. Get a Facebook group started. Not paying for, paying for. Get a group Facebook group started and start one in your area. Call it wherever you live. You live in Utah? Call it the Utah Ketoers. I mean, something, and invite local people to come only into that. And if no one knows about keto, you teach it. Because the more you are giving it out there, the more you're getting it in return. And that is what counts when we're doing this way of being, I guess. The food is just the food. You really, do you want to eat? You want to live to eat, or do you want to eat to live? And keto has definitely taught me that I need to eat to live. And I have made it so far these past 2 years with what I've been doing. So I just wanted to put it out there too. And I guess when you're hearing the negativity, turn off the radio, turn off the TV, scroll through the negativity. You don't need it. It's not helpful. Listen, there's another saying in another major group out there, and it's not a cliche. Take what you want and leave the rest. Plain and simple. So this has been Straight Talk Keto with Anita. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm going to try to put out some more content out there. Make a comment. Let me know what you would like to hear. And by all means, share it with your friends. Watch my crazy hair. The journey to the 30 is happening. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks.